Hi, I told you I'd do another update on Friday, and this is an interesting one because we're going to talk a bit more about Casey getting ready for his group here. We run a group here at Autism Partnership every day, Monday through Friday, and it's for children that are doing pretty well in their one-on-one sessions and are getting ready to go back to school or to go to school. And this is a sort of preparation. You remember in maybe one of the first videos we did at the baseline, we put him in that classroom to see how he would do. So we're feeling like he's getting much more ready for that right now. And I want to talk about a couple of the things we've been doing just to get him a bit more ready. We showed you last time about how we've been doing a bit of group and being the teacher. So we've been continuing that. I want to show you a little update on how that's going. And here's a video of him being the teacher and just telling the people in the group to do some very simple actions. Now what's nice about this video is we don't actually tell him which actions he should tell the people to do. So he's also got to be a bit creative and think for himself about what he wants the other people in his group to do. So it's quite a creative task in this example. So let's have a look.
Okay, everybody pretend to wash your face. And everybody pretend to eat. Alright, Casey, your turn to speak, teacher.
Everybody, don't eat. Everybody, brush your teeth. Everybody, sit. Everybody, cut your hair.
Good job. Now it's Rick's turn to be the teacher. Can I say, it's your turn?
It's your turn.
Okay, so you can see he's doing a lot better with being the teacher and knowing how to manage that. We also introduced a different task in that group with not just telling people to do some basic instruction, but pretending to be different things. It was kind of a pretending game. And there's a pot there where he pulls something out and tells the people, what to be and how to pretend. So this was him probably about 2 weeks ago. Let's take a look at that.
Everybody, pretend to be. Everybody, pretend to sheep.
Ba, ba, ba.
Everybody, pretend the mouse.
Squeak, squeak, squeak,
Squeak, squeak, squeak, squeak.
As you can see, doing well, but we started to add in some more complexities where sometimes when he provides a direction to the group, that they don't always do what he wants them to do. And he's got to figure out what he's supposed to say or how he's managing that kind of situation. So you'll see in this video him now managing more mistakes, and this is a more recent video.
Everybody, pretend the frog. That's not the frog. Try again.
Ribbit, 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 ribbit,
Ribbit.
Now you correct.
Now you're correct.
Yes.
Everybody, pretend a horse. Tweet, 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 tweet. That's not the horse.
Yes, that's not the horse.
Try again.
Alright. Nay, nay. Now you're correct.
Now you're correct.
Yeah.
Another common activity that happens in schools is they do a lot of music, they do a lot of, doing actions to songs. So we've been working with him on that. Here's a video of him doing some singing of some popular songs in a small group in our playground. And you see he's doing pretty well.
You guys ready? We'll sing some songs. Yay!
Yay!
Let's do hooky pokey, okay?
Hooky pokey.
Alright, let's sing. You put your hands in. You put your
Hands out.
You put your
hands in and shake. And
Do the hokey pokey.
turn around.
Turn around.
Everybody, please turn around.
You put your
Two hands in.
You
put your hands out. You put your hands in and then shake.
you do the hooky
His main challenge with that task has been that he sometimes gets a bit overexcited and a bit too hyper, so we may have to work on that a little bit. It's regulating himself to stay a bit more calmer, but it's great to see him interested and excited in those kind of tasks, which should really help him when he moves into the group situation. Another thing we talked about before is working on his attending, and we've been doing a couple of programs around that. You saw last video about the slapjack, and here's an update on how he's doing with the slapjack. This is a slightly modified one where he's got to really watch what Wing does. She doesn't say anything, so he's got to be very carefully to watch what she does, and the task has become a little bit longer. Let's have a look at that.
Which transport do you want to choose? You want to choose airplane? Good. When I point to airplane, you're going to ring the bell, okay? All right, let's get started.
Bus, bicycle, motorbike, ship, taxi, train, minibus, car, aeroplane.
Wow, very good.
And we also introduced a secret word. It's a variation on the game you just saw, but it's really about having him listen very, very carefully to the teacher and pay really, really good attention to what they're saying. Okay, so this is a great video. Ray's reading a book, and he's told Casey a word, and the word is cow, and he's got to listen really carefully for the word cow, and when he hears the word cow, he's got to ring the bell. But Ray talks for a very long time and reads a very long story and embeds those words in, so Casey's got to pay really, really good attention in this sort of story time activity.
Farm. There's a farmer. The farmer has a couple animals. The first one is a pig. And then he also has a sheep. The sheep gives him quite a lot of wool. So to make clothes, and the farmer can sell it for money. The sheep is quite useful. And the farmer has some cows. Good job. And the cows can give it some milk. And the milk is really, really tasty. And the farmer can use it to make cheese. So he loves the cow so much.
Okay, another thing that we do is we're trying to look at some of the things he might do socially when he's in that classroom. They play a lot of games in the class, and one of the games they sometimes play is musical chairs. So we've been starting to teach him some of those activities. Now, we typically don't start with lots of kids and then teach the children in that setting because it can be very chaotic and not very systematic. Typically, we'll begin with the student learning those kind of games, maybe with us in the therapy session, and this is what it looks like.
I'm going to play some music. When you hear the music stop, you'll sit down, right? Go. Go, go, go.
Once the student has understood like how to do the game and how to play and what to do, we then introduce peers so that the children can gain experience and enjoy, playing those games with other children. And so here's an example of that.
Whoa, wait!
Find a chair. Yeah.
So it's exciting to see that he's, really getting very ready for this upcoming opportunity. And you'll be able to see in the upcoming weeks how we start to integrate him and work on his ability to function and operate really well in that classroom. There's another big thing we've got to get done before that, which is toilet training. And that right now, Casey isn't properly toilet trained in the sense that when he wants to go, he won't go up to somebody and ask them that he needs to go. So we're going to have to do a pretty full-on program to get him toilet trained. I think we're going to probably pick a very intensive method, and I'm guessing that we can get done with him in a couple of days. And we'll take some videos of that process so you guys can see what that looks like. We'll probably do a toilet training episode. But that's another big thing that we have to get done before he moves into the classroom. Okay, thank you very much.